Shreya?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Uh,
Shreya.
okay, so I'm Shreya, and I have studied Masters in Interior and Architecture Design from SEPT University. Sir, am I audible?
Yeah, you are.
All right, all right. So, yeah. Um, Hello, everyone. So, this is Shreya Kanter, and currently I am. So, I got a chance to work with Bhavin sir for my master's thesis, which was in crafts and tourism. I had a great opportunity there to work with him, and currently I'm also working towards my PhD proposal. And right now, having keen interest in working with him, so getting to know a lot more about this idea of beyond design thinking and the sixth wave of innovation. So looking forward to be a part of it. Thank you so much, sir.
Sure.
Thank you
So,
so much, Navneet, sir.
yeah, and we have one more person just joined, or he seems to have left again. So, oh, we are losing out on people. Supriya also seems to have left. Uh, anyway, we'll start. Navneet, should we start? Yeah, fine. Yeah. You have your coffee. Have a black coffee. So we have people getting in, and yeah. So I'll just share my presentation, which is a very short one, and I think I should be finishing by the time Navneet finishes his coffee. And this is, I wanted to make it, I think someone has written a good chat, which I was taking it as a granted. Nikolash has said that I have done some introductory courses on design thinking and interested to learn more. Yeah, everybody wants to know more about design. Our topic is a bit different, but we'll just try and see. So what we are trying to, just a sec. So I have a very short presentation just for the sake of setting the ball rolling. I'll just kind of, it is few visuals just to make it connect. Yeah, is my screen visible to you all?
Yes, sir.
And are you seeing the presentation mode now?
That's good.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fine. Great. So the topic is beyond design thinking. So people are interested in design thinking. I and Navneet have been thinking about it, that what is important in the sixth wave of innovation is to look beyond what is design thinking, and that has been our quest since I would say a couple of years now, that we have been grappling with this topic. And we kind of happen to think about it because we see there are issues with the design thinking, even though it has been very, a lot of it has been told about it. It has become the really a buzzword. And if you really look at the Google trends from the 2004 to 15, the kind of this graph is skyrocketing. And in spite of that, we are seeing that there are problems associated with that. Can anyone here? I mean, as Nikhilesh also said, I'm taking it as granted that with this crowd, the whatever limited people, I mean, none of us are new to design thinking here. Am I right? Please feel free. Maybe you can keep your mics on. I mean, I won't be able to see your chat. Otherwise, I would have wished I can do that as well. So speak and give your views. But I mean, so that it becomes interactive. So that's how I'm going to go.
Yes, Mr. Bhavin, you're right. But in terms of my experience, it's not a formal training for me. But yeah, I mean, I'm aware since I've been working in industry for long. So definitely,
Right.
it's
Yeah, so I was right, and I take the same for everyone else. And in spite of that, we both of us are thinking that myself and Navneet, that we do need to think beyond the design thinking. So may I also pose a question when that why do you think we are thinking in these lines? In your experience, have you seen any pitfalls of design thinking? Anyone?
No, I don't think there is always evolution, I would say, happening. So in that sense, I think it's always good to keep improving from the current approach. So
Right.
that's how I see. It may not be a pitfall because probably we didn't realize earlier. Based on our learnings, we keep improving. That's what I believe.
Correct. So are you still able to see my slide fully well?
Yes.
Okay. In it's in the presentation mode or no?
Please go to the presentation mode.
Okay. Okay. All right. Fine. Yeah. But I wanted to see people are talking, so that is a limitation here. But anyway, so yeah. Okay. Anyone else? Rajasi said that we have heard all good things, and good things when it comes to we conduct the 3-day workshop on this topic. And my experience is that after 3 days, when we ask people that what is design thinking, people are still clueless. So that is the status. Design thinking, in my experience so far, kind of had been. I don't know about you guys what you have gone through. So, but anyway, that is still a question that I'm trying to pause here. That why do you think we need to think beyond the design thinking aspects? Any idea if someone can put forward? Are there any pitfalls that you are looking at it, or are there? I mean, should there be? Is there any limitations of the design and design thinking? And what are the things that is really asking you to look at this part? That we are living in a VUCA world, and demand is very different order of design, and we'll look at the order of the design a bit later in the future slides. And the agility requirement is also very different. I do hope that everyone understands the VUCA world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Vulnerable, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous, right? So when that is the reality, competition can come from any part of the globe. You are kind of not certain of what would happen tomorrow. Things can go haywire after having put in a lot of efforts and all that. And political and other issues, and more than anything else, we always say that in the COVID kind of a situation, one would have not kind of ever thought of that this thing also would happen. We have always these days heard about the waves, as in we are talking about the third wave and all that. But here in this case of innovation, we are talking about we have already entered into the sixth wave of innovation, and the demands of that sixth wave is a kind of very, very different, which is a typical way of design thinking as of now. The way we look at, probably it would not be sufficient or good enough to be able to deliberate upon. But sixth wave of innovation, I have heard from the Navneet only, and he is the best person to elaborate on that. So maybe I'll ask him later to elaborate on him, and I'm not too sure whether his coffee is over or not, but we'll take his views a bit later, and he can elaborate much further on what are the demands of the sixth wave of innovation, and hence how and why design thinking should be kind of change the way it is, and why should we look at it differently, even if we have not grabbed the whole subject as of now the way it is, but then we do need to look beyond. So I was just trying to look at what are the limitations and inherent issues with the design thinking. So maybe I will pause that again if someone wants to share anything here, or else then I can go further. Anybody would like to think of the limitations or inherent issues with the design thinking? No one. I can only hear the audio. If you put it down in a chat, I won't be able to see since I'm presenting. Yeah. So.
Hello,
Anyone?
sir. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is Manotosh. I
Right.
see the design thinking is a very popular due to the heavy advertisement by the MIT lab as well as the Stanford University and IIT Bombay and
Right.
other people. Very
Right.
happy, become very popular. I come to know through them and
Right.
few lectures through
Right.
you and also many other places. People like Bihola, etc.
Hmm.
We started with GTU and many other places, and we
Yeah.
all are free program. This is a faculty development program, and I
Right.
find that design thinking is quite easy to use, easy to understand it, and also quite nice. Rather than that, trees is very heavy dose. It is like a nuclear science. Speaks very
Hmm.
high and difficulty, lot of nested, then lot of rules, etc. Like this Mr. Navneet, such a knowledgeable man. I
Right.
surprised how he acquired so much knowledge, so much. My
Okay.
head is started spinning. So see,
Okay.
this is the impression of the trees to the people. The trees means very heavy thing, very hi-fi thing.
Right.
Design thing is quite easy thing. We can use it manageable.
Yeah, the way it has been put forward to us is seems very easy, and yeah, and hope it is that.
And also
So
due to the heavy advertisement, it is known to the most many people.
right, right,
Plus AICT also doing a lot of things, adding
correct,
to it. So
correct.
that's why I come to know.
Okay,
I
all
think
right.
last point, Havladar Sahab, last point you said about due to heavy marketing, right? What is it? Advertisement.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
think
Yeah,
that I think
mathematics.
is the key.
correct. Yeah,
Yeah, correct.
true.
Yes. So
Certainly.
that's why actually that we have I'm connected with one group,
Hmm.
and they are actually your leader is the Dr. Apte. He's a trees expert, and he
Right.
has a very high opinion about this Mr. This thing about Navneet,
Okay. Uh-huh.
and that he also agreed with me with design thinking. So we start the everything discussion with design thinking, and in between the trees
Yeah.
connect with the design thinking again to last come out. So
Correct.
that way it is palatable to the people. Only
Right.
trees mean switch off, they'll
Right.
go out.
True. True.
Sorry, it is my experience.
Certainly.
Uh,
Certainly. Yeah. Thank you so much
th-
for that.
this
Yeah.
is Niklesh.
Huh,
Uh,
Nicholas.
I think to add on to that, the biggest reason I see design thinking as a concept picking up very fast is also owing to the startup culture, right?
Yeah.
Especially in the technology space with in the app development and
True.
platform development space. I think
True.
to me, design thinking, since it is centered on human-based approach, right?
Hmm.
Like the fundamental principle is to for the problem to be human-centered. The experience takes center
True.
stage over everything else.
True.
So it's experience over form or function more than anything else. I think
Hmm.
that's where it's easy to connect and then visualize the starting point as a persona, right? And
Yeah.
that's also kind of the flip side, I feel, because
Hmm.
again, it's a convergence, right? Because we cannot
Yeah.
obviously distill multiple people's experiences into one single persona, and
True.
that kind of limits uh, the, the the ability of the system itself.
Right.
But
Right.
then again, it's one of many other tools that are at our disposal. That's how I look at it.
Correct. Yeah, Nicholas, very well said. Certainly. Anyone else want to share anything?
Why are we talking about limitation and inherent issues? Because it presupposes that hypothetically we are talking, there are some limitations. But
Yeah.
we make it as an open-ended objective statement, stating
Hmm.
that, look, here is VUCA world, here is
Hmm.
demand of sixth wave of innovations. So
Right.
from this context, let us put a test whether is it adequate or not. Don't you think that's the right way to approach? That's point number one. Point
Yeah.
number two, I know that persona and all these user experiences and so on.
Hmm.
Today, I know most of the positions what we work with, many of the large international companies,
Hmm.
they're all talking about a lot of abstractions. User
Right.
experience is abstractions today.
Right.
How do you catch it? It's very difficult. I know that when a visual designer, or for that matter anybody, try to kind of take some personas, they talk to individuals across the world, and they do some user interviews and try to get some stuff, and then try to ideate and then use design thinking. And this is one of the applications. Maybe there are multiple stuff around. But from that context, when I see it, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. At least otherwise you wouldn't have got. See, there's so many nice applications. We're all using it day in day out. Flipkart to ABCD here. So all of them, they're all arrived out of somewhere. Some kind of these kind of principles have been used, and our day-to-day routine has become all the more easier with these kind of with the design thing. I consider that there are. I don't. Let's not. At least this is my personal view. Rather, not consider there is a limitation. Put a question mark and let's see, analyze. But I think the debate should be like other. At least I feel that there are better things actually. Yeah, but of course, always some fine tuning is required anywhere for anything, any concept. It's a as especially as Navneet, the pioneer here for the sixth wave. What I see is like everything is rapidly changing. That is the fundamental we are talking from 2015 to till date. So right, which means this also has to be put to test. I'm fine. We have excellent individuals around. Let's question that and see that what can be done. Thank you.
Your good name, sir?
My name is Naga Subramanian. Of course, I can switch on my. I wear a T-shirt today. That's what I thought.
Right. So I'll tell you, you are very right in the first place that one who has been beneficiary of this and then have applied and are really happy that it is kind of deriving results. But my idea here is to provoke myself and ourselves. And that is with the two reasons that when you talk about this with the esoteric people, in terms of the jargon with the people belonging to the field, those who are designers themselves and using it, and there the essence and understanding is different in the kind of the way the application is. But the other proposition is why we are naming it like this, why I am trying to look at it forcefully like this, is that we are normally I feel that we tend to adopt. And if theories has to emerge and the new ways of looking at things has to emerge, that normally comes to us from the West. So in here, to take this up earlier and then deriving theories for that, or maybe frameworks for that, which is kind of capable to look at it from the VUCA perspective for the sixth wave of innovation, and how can design thinking be geared up to that? That is the whole purpose. So maybe I might be sounding it, putting it up as limitations, which can makes me to look at a little more further, deeper into it, and then bringing the answers to that, to be able to create a knowledge base from our end, from our own sides, so that we don't merely become an adopters. So that is the whole kind of an idea. And you won't believe, when I try and research for it, already people have started thinking about, and which I'll come to in my next two slides are talking about. The HBR is also talking about it, MIT Salon Management Review, and many other such articles they are talking. So they are talking in the same fashion. So things are not any different from many others as well. So from that point in, I kind of, and I'm just provoking myself by saying that there are limitations, so that you can look at it a bit different.
So sir, my perspective is that I actually studied both the system.
Right.
Trees initially, long time, and also my son learned a lot of things from Mr. Navneet Bhushan, and so I get a lot of input from him also. And what I see is that both are actually useful. In my opinion, design thinking is for the novice people, for them good, like people like me, Anari, some knowledge of technical knowledge, and don't have time nor have the inclination to do very deep. And people who are techno-savvy people like Mr. Navneet, trees is very good. Actually, trees is far superior than the design thinking, in my opinion.
True.
I don't understand. Very superior. In fact, somebody said it about the VUCA world. Both are useful, But
Yes.
your design thinking is something like a pistol, and tree is like a machine gun, heavy machine gun.
Okay.
Okay,
Why
some
you use
places,
that analogy?
yeah. See, thing is that when you have nothing to understand, just grenade it.
Yeah.
Trees
Yeah.
is like that. You can
Yeah.
do get a lot of new ideas, etc., but it's difficult to operate it.
Certainly.
A lot of mastery, it takes time. Design thinking easy to it takes easy time to master it, and you can use it with little bit of trial and error. You can do it easily, and good
Correct.
value you can create it.
Yeah.
And also, if somebody said about this startup, for
Hmm.
startup, good startup, you have to create a high value. Their trees is must, but you
Right.
want to go for low value startup or medium value startup. Design thinking is quite okay, quite okay.
True.
But if you are serious trying to make something great, then you have to follow the Namni vision and you have to be decided.
Certainly. Yeah. Thank you so much. I mean, to me, just to kind of iterate some of the points. I mean, the very nature of the characteristic of the design process, it being reiterative and cyclic in nature, that makes it in itself endless process. And businesses cannot wait for many times those part, and unsure of the eureka moments, and then we need to respond in the time bound manner, which is what the requirement of the businesses, and that poses sometimes the limitations. I'm not saying that this happens every time. So and another thing is that we do generate a lot many ideas, and that is the fundamental aspects of the design thinking. And it should also lead to decision making, and it should help us in the process itself should be kind of leading to decision making, which somewhere it seems that the process in itself seems to be bit silent on. Maybe each of the steps within are having this part. Non-judgmental, to be a non-judgmental is an inherent requirement, because then and then you can generate lot many ideas of a different kinds, and but at the same time, I mean, that thing to justify for the businesses is kind of bit difficult. We are working more with the qualitative aspects of it, which also again is a bit difficult to get convinced with the businesses and all of those parts. The measuring the success is a requirement for the business, and based on the qualitative outcome, it is difficult many a times to do that. And your understanding of the insights and the latent need and hidden aspects which we inherently bringing out from the design process, that might also be considered sometimes individual centric. And that is what is also in many presentations, the formal business presentations, these are being questioned. No doubt that it might have its own applications, but then to answer those things are many times is a limitation there. And this is what the, as I said, the issue of the MIT Sloan is talking about. The Martin Kopp and others, they have written that why design thinking in the business needs a rethink. And that is what we're trying to do it here. And SBR also says that design thinking comes of an age. And likewise, people have started thinking about it. And Jeffrey has also put it up in the one of his articles that in the business, innovation design is not living up to the hype that is it has created, and that in itself could be the cause of the failure, or maybe we need to sort after the different processes for that. Yeah, and this is what it is that just to cut the long story short, I mean, starting from the design 1.0, likewise we have industry 1.0 and all that. The traditional design where essentially was looking into the creating the artifacts and communication, I mean, fundamental areas of the traditional design practices. Later, we kind of got into the design 2.0 in terms of looking at it in creating the product and the services for that matter. And later then came the design and design management, and to look at and expand the aspects to the organizational transformation, right? And in design 4.0, we are looking at the societal transformation, and also how can we create the complex and unbounded design for the complex societal issues and situations, and also leading to the policy making, and for that purpose to design thinking to play a role. And if this has to happen in the design 4.0, it definitely needs some improvisation and some inclusion in the design thinking process the way it is to be able to derive better results. And it is not the same thing that we have been doing as part of the traditional design practices, right? So, and this is what it leads to. One of these illustration I really like by the which is a representation of the power of 10 by Ellison, and how do we look beyond the horizon in order to thinking of the design thinking. And every needs are different, and then hence we need to kind of respond to that part. I do not wanted to spend much time on this and wanted to have more of your views and idea, and the purpose of sharing this is a bit different, which I'll come to. And how can we do much more with the little force? That is the whole purpose. And then can we really fasten the process, which is kind of naming it to be an endless one, and also hence what should be the improvisation within. That is another thing. And then how can we then lead to the positive sum game instead of a zero sum game? I mean, taking from the theory, the game theory, basically here normally it used to be a negative sum game or a zero sum game, but then how do you create a positive sum game from that? And these are the kind of fundamental aspects that we need to kind of change from the affirmative design way of looking at it, from that to critical way of looking at design. And what more important is that instead of a consumer alone, we tend to need to think towards the citizen part of it, and more than the training and imparting the skills the way we have attended the the few seminars and all that. How can education play that role? And those kind of we were talking about the futures, and then today with the bots and things on, we have the parallel worlds being created. So, and that makes the whole process even more complex, and how do you find the one path out of that and create a singular implications? And this could be the things the way we look at, and we say that in design. Trees also, Navneet is always talking about the systems thinking, and how do we apply that within the system, I mean the design thinking part, and combining these two can lead to the better solution and a proposition in a given context. And that is the whole idea. And how can we create new frameworks to be able to look at design thinking in that fashion? That's the whole kind of idea. So the idea of the sharing this with you at this stage is that we are also exploring, but we are just applying that what is the need for the tomorrow, which is normally not the used to be the fashion for us. So we are kind of trying to sow the seed here that it can germinate into, and then it came up mainly since more than a couple of years now. I mean, Navneet was visiting us for teaching, and probably teaching one of the participants, Supriya's batch, or maybe their senior batch. We were teaching, and he was only, I mean, kind of mentioning there of the sixth wave of innovation. And I grabbed an idea and I said that can we kind of incorporate design thinking within, and then can we look at the beyond design thinking? And Navneet is always very good at grabbing the good ideas and all that. But I was holding on to him so far now that we have not been able to let so much further on that aspect. And to publicly putting it up here in this forum is to kind of, one is to give the command to ourselves that we need to work on this, and particularly myself onto it. So, and then creating a book out of it, which can lead to the new knowledge creation. And that gives an answer to the earlier question which you posed, that why do you want to think like this? And as I said earlier, it is to kind of, bring out the knowledge from this part of the world rather than adopting and, aping the West in this regard. Yeah, so that is the fundamental idea which we are putting it up, and I would request Navneet to add on here, and then we can have some more discussion and the feedback from the audience. May I request Navneet to add on his thoughts?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Bhavin. I completed the coffee also. In
Okay.
I think, as Bhavin told me, so in 2018, I think, or maybe 17, when we were teaching that couple of courses that Bhavin keeps on inviting for our SDM futures, I think he calls, and also one startup type of design startup, I think. And
Yeah.
sometimes I've been going. And I think in that context, of course, by that time, I was going through this design thinking, marketing, as Mr. Havladar told, that marketing pitches, the way the design thinking has been sold or being sold in the market. I was getting little apprehensive as well as little disturbed by what design thinking is selling and how they are selling, in fact. And when he said, when Bhavin said that beyond design thinking, specifically when we, I think, talked about the thinking dimensions, that Elvis thinking and other things that we were talking about. And it struck me that I think that is a very nice way to sort of settle the score with the so-called superficial design thinking salesman that is there, and also goes to Herbert Simon's definition. Whenever you want, whoever, I mean, everyone who wants to move to a preferred situation from a existing situation actually is designing, and that I think is a key message of when you say thinking, design thinking, what exactly do you mean? And that exactly, I think, is the question that we are trying to explore. Last 2 years, of course, there's been a lot of discussions with Bhavin and some sort of a exchanges, but of course, nothing concrete we have come out with, except for maybe TOC type of thing, one or two haven't, I mean, sort of table of contents type of thing for the book. But having said that, I think the some sort of a initial thought is there, and also I think some of my view of this design thinking is little bit. I feel little unhappy with this particular part about design needs to be a emergence of thinking. It cannot be you have to design. Thinking is a wrong word in my wrong phrase, in my opinion. A design should be a emergent process when you actually trying to change the existing situation to a preferred or a needed or imagined situation, and that needs to, this process need to be the design part. So design is a emergent property, in my opinion. Of course, you design things, but you do not think design. Is what I'm saying. What do you think? You think analysis. You think logic. You think solving problems. You need think. You think systems, and you need to think in terms of maybe value perspective. But when you say design thinking, the clarity is not there in the design thinking perspective, except for saying need to empathize with the user and also then pick up all those tools and sort of getting into insight about how the user is going to use your system or your product or service. You need to sort of empathize with them. But rather than looking at empathy alone, maybe we need to really see what part of thinking comes into picture, because thinking is need to be based on observation and doing some sort of a change or designing or creating some sort of a mechanism of moving from one particular state to the next state, and that will emerge through the process of either designing or creating a process for designing it. So in my opinion, design thinking word is a sort of a misnomer. That's why I am very happy to sort of collaborate and say beyond design thinking. So my chapter is going to say we need to cut the design thinking part and look at design as per se as the emergent property of actions, so to say. So I think that is where my thoughts are. Of course, we have to discuss more with Bhavin, and we need to fight it out with each other also. But I think that is where it's very, very interesting, and very happy to overjoyed with working with Bhavin on this concept. But having said that, we are not clear exactly where it will lead to. Right? Okay.
So it
Yeah,
was
I am
really,
disturbed.
yes.
Sir, I am disturbed by the charges they charge, $3,000 to $5,000.
Sir, I
And
think
what is
you are
in it?
talking to wrong. You are recruiting wrong guys. You should talk to us.
Truly.
This is very, very harsh and very, very non-valuable item. Only people have a lot of money, they are actually showing it off, buying it, and all the things.
Which
And
actually are ignorant.
surprisingly, you can get it free of cost for the faculty development program by AIC. I've
Yeah.
attended many programs free of cost, quite good, and get some 1 or 2 books. That's all available. So you
True.
learn all the things and try. That's all. So design thinking, but it puts so much money on advertisement. That's why it made it popular. And similar way, trees is actually take the backward seat. Heavy books that make you repelled. And now what I suggested, my group and other people, they start with the design thinking and put the trees in between and tell this is the superior method. But start with the, you can start with the design thinking, and then, and also as far as that empathy is concerned, I feel that quality function deployment of Japanese technique is far superior to your empathy, what they're teaching. It is my observation. And many people
Yeah,
also think like that.
yeah, QFD, I think we have experimented QFD, but when it comes to actually applying real life, the cases were very minimal when we actually applied. Of course, the theory wise as well as the Kano model and other things, I think is very, very powerful, the Japanese models and the Japanese ways. In fact, I have been a proponent of Toyota production system, also various type of Toyota ways or Toyota design also, which is the J factor they call it. It's very interesting actually. I mean, if you look at J factor, it is nothing but contradictions from Trez only. So, in fact, I wrote an article on elegant design, elegant solution, and Trez comparison in Trez journal sometimes back. Maybe I'll post it in our Telegram group.
Yeah.
So your point is, Havladar Sahab, it's I think interesting point, QFT and this part. But I think I think we need to really think better whether design should be thought or done.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be done, to be done.
Yeah.
Bobin Saab, actually, I liked your point of 4.0
Yeah.
extending to the society. That's something.
Right.
I think probably that is a point where probably we can take it further. And
Correct.
it's a very, very good thought.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you for that, because when I saw that the logical progression you have shown and then extended your concept is good. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's one comment I have, and especially after these Corona and all the new normal, I think it makes tremendous sense to apply this to the society and probably try to enlarge the kind of scope.
Okay.
But it's going to be very tough. But probably that's where concepts like this can be applied and taken to from the Indian or our side of the our answer to the West. Probably.
Exactly. Yeah.
I
I
appreciate
really like it when you say that. Yeah.
it. Yep.
Great. Thank you so much, Nagaji. Yeah. Anyone else?
If I may, I think contextually speaking again, right? So in the context of applying to a larger society, I think the biggest challenge in the current times is the attention deficit, right? And the way I think about it is, to your point, Navneet sir, that the design thinking, keeping the semantics and everything aside, I kind of visualize it as a repeating pattern, if you will, right, between divergence and convergence, repeating in a cyclical manner. Uh, with, I think there needs to be enough awareness about the basic concepts, the language, if you will, right, the alphabets, among the group of people who will be working through this concept, and that's when the convergence can happen, and the new ideas or the solutions would then pop up. Um, to the marketing side, definitely I think the driver always is the commercial side. The money always drives things to scale. And in the Corona times, to Naga sir's point, I think there also has been a lot of maybe not in the exact design thinking pattern, but a lot of convergence of new innovative ways of addressing misinformation handling, for example, or crowdsourcing
Yes,
the
yes.
right
Yep.
support systems. right, for say underprivileged persons and so on, especially using no-code technologies and things like that. Considering discrete pieces, bits and pieces of things or tools available over, say, the internet, and then with no common factor whatsoever, right? The only driving factor being uh, the intention or the purpose of helping other people. I've seen in some of my own personal networks the emergence of people coming together over a central point, even with no prior knowledge of design thinking, and that's where I feel it's a natural way of us responding to challenge. It's just that it probably has not been articulated as such in a in the right way, maybe.
I see. Yeah.
Maybe if I understand Niklesh, right? So what you're saying is that the emotional aspect, which is really what makes us human, actually, is closer to design thinking, if I correctly understand.
Yes, and that happens in
Yeah.
not big. I mean, at a scale at once, but in a much smaller groups, if you will, right? The smallest communities, and not more than that. I think
So
beyond a
I think,
certain, yeah.
yeah.
But
So my contention is calling it so design thinking is a little bit of a misnomer. I would rather like to call it more of a emotional aspect, but it leads to the emergence of design through multiple human interventions and interactions. Maybe we need to really find out a new word for design, and that's exactly
agree,
our topic about beyond design thinking. Not only about the process, but also calling it a new what is more closer to what it is. It is what
agree,
I think
agree,
is.
True.
agree.
I think it looks like the emerging word seems to be like the thinking design, not design thinking, the other way. Like that's what emotion, thinking, and all you put it together. I think that that presupposes the design, and the design emerges rather. That's what I understand from Niklesh when there's so many components of internet and so on, WhatsApp messages, and somebody suddenly comes into there is an action and you see a result. Ultimately, all these things are meant for some results, and if you see a result happening out of it, that's what Mr. Navneet you were mentioning about. So it's a misnomer. Design thinking per se, you're trying to make it in a particular manner. That's what it connotates, right? So it's not true. It has to be emotion, empathy, thinking, and then emerging out of it is a pattern. Not, of course, you call it as a design also, it's fine. So
That's right.
thinking design is what we are talking. Maybe I think we can just pursue and find out the better things.
Yeah, I think the question, maybe we need to really separate the design thinking as it is being articulated and emergence of design for the see ultimately why the design emerges. I think why will something will be designed? I mean that's the question, that maybe a philosophical question to find out why will design emerge. I mean second law of thermodynamics clearly tells us it's a entropy is going to be maximum, right? I mean, so why would someone design? Because design is anti-entropy, right? So what exactly happens? I mean, what happens? So the thinking is not the design thinking. Thinking is for changing the existing situation to a preferred situation, and that preferred situation you make some sort of a map and try to reach that particular map. In that process, there is a design that happens, which is a reorganization of energy, matter, information, and emotions, and human beings, and everything, which makes some sort of a viable system to emerge. And that also leads to a capability or ability for people to operate much more efficiently, much more conveniently in whatever comes out. So I think that is where we need to gravitate towards, and therefore my disconnect with the design thinking term seems to be very, very strong, actually. That's why I mean, Naga, I think your point is right also about the what thinking design should it be called, or I would rather like to expand it to emergence of design rather than thinking design.
Whatever. But it is definitely not design and then
Yeah.
thinking the other way. That much. we are
Exactly. That's right. I accept that. Yeah. That's
So we are going to enjoy the good fight with each other, as you said very rightly. I mean,
okay.
and
Thank you, Bhavin. I think it's a nice exploration. Hopefully, we'll move to the next stage also quickly.
certainly, yeah, with the wishes and feedback of everyone. Yeah,
So are we getting these slides posted in the Telegram?
I will do that.
Bhavin can post. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Good.
Okay, we'll move to next sessions.
Thank you very much, Bhavin, and thank you, Navneet.
Pleasure.
Yeah, thanks. Bye.
Thank you
Bye.
so much
Another.
for your
Bye-bye.
inputs. Thank you.
Sir, thank you, everyone.
Thank you everyone for attending, and it has been a good. Bye everyone. Thanks.
Bye, sir. Thank you for the good session. It was very interesting to know some new thoughts.
Yeah, yeah, certainly, Supriya. Great.
Thank you, sir.
Good that you made it a point to me.
Yes.
Bye.